Ta-da! Today I'm bringing to you Lifel1k by Kristoff, and I have to say that since I discovered this author, I have like binge reading all his works, all his books, because it's amazing. I have to say that I tend to read a lot, and when you read a lot, there is like these very few authors who can surprise you. And also, one of the things that surprises me most of him is that every one of his series, it's completely different and completely new from the other one. So it's like he always manages to surprise me. And in this one, there is like two major plot turns that I wasn't expecting in any way. And when the first one drops, I was like, oh my god. And then towards the very end of the book, where it happens at the end, it was like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting this one. And it's not like that he puts these twists and turns out of the blue, like I'm going to put it here and surprise people. No, when you discover this major twist that you weren't expecting, and you began thinking, you see that he was already planting the seeds of this major discovery during the book, but you didn't see that, and it was like it was in front of you. It was amazing. I have to say that I love a book that surprises me so much that at the end I'm left gasping and thinking, oh my god, I need the following one. Lucky for me, the following one, the one that goes after Lifel1k, Deviate, has already been published, and I have it in my library, so I'm going to pick it up very soon. What I have to say about this book, it's amazing. Imagine that it's in the future. It's like after the Fourth World War has come and gone. We are finding the survivors. The world is completely destroyed. There is the radiation coming from the nuclear blast, and also the sun. There is no ozone cape, so it's like literally frying everyone that decides to walk free under the sun. And there's like this cohabitation of sorts between humans and androids and cyborgs. And also, when we began this book, we find, like, imagine Rome and the gladiator fights, but the same thing with androids. We find people who pilot androids and they fight against each other. And in one of these fights, our main lead, if she's losing and she does something that she shouldn't have done, she shouldn't have been able to do, and it's like she fries the electric system of her rival. What happens? Sometimes in this new world, due to the radiation or whatever, humans evolve and become something that the society calls deviate or abnormalities, and they are people who are able to do things like Eve did, that she fries the electronics from the other cyborg android, sorry, and there's people who manage to move things with their minds and things like that. And there is this church like unity or whatever, and they defend the purity of the race, of the human race. So they want to destroy all these abnormalities, all those deviations. So, and also they don't approve of having humans electronically in chains, so no cybernetics or things like that. So at the very beginning of the book, we find these epic battles, because we find at the beginning we find this gladiator thing with the cyborgs, and then we find Eve with a friend who's called Lemon Fresh. We are going back to the characters later. And suddenly they are in the middle of a fight. There is something going on in the sky with planes, and there is this body that falls, and it's the body of a Lifel1k. Lifel1k's were, imagine an android that looks like a human, but like better than us, but something went wrong with them and they were eradicated. And so suddenly there is one in the middle of the nothingness where this girl's life, so they decide to carry him, so to see if they can do something with the body, you know, sell him or whatever to get profits. And then suddenly there is another fight, because this church-like thing have discovered that Eve has this power, this deviation, and they want to eradicate her, and suddenly there's another big fight. So the beginning of the book, it's very fast-moving, and there's very action-like type. It's like a big movie with a lot of fights and visual effects, and it's amazing because you keep on imagining all these things on your head. And because Kristoff has this ability of just describing the new world that he's created in a book, and in a way that you feel like you're inside it, and it's amazing. And suddenly we find that this Lifel1k that fell from the sky, from the planes, seems that he knows Eve, but he calls her by another name, Anna. And suddenly we are going to see how Eve world begins to unravel. what life has she been living? Has it been her life? Has it been lies? What's real? What's not real? So I love this book so much because it tells so many stories and stories within stories, and it makes you think about, shall we do these kind of things? For instance, if we have the ability of creating complex artificial intelligence that can inhabit bodies like the lifelikes do we have the right to do that? Or we should think about morality and compass and all these things. Also, here the androids are more like utilitarian. They're being like sort of enslaved because they have to do all the hard job, but so the humans can do it. So where's the line, really? Because we can do something, should we do that thing? Or should we think about, maybe, I don't know, the androids want another things, like Blade Runner, where there's a revolution because they want to be free. So this book reminds me a bit of that idea of the lifelikes wanting to have a life of their own, because if you program something to be so alive and so similar to us humans, obviously it's going to want to be free and to want to feel and to experience life, right? I don't know. This book makes you think about lots of things. Also, it's funny because I read somewhere that it was like this retelling of Anna Romanoff's story, and Kristoff said that yes, it is. And I have to say, it's an amazing retelling, like in the future with androids and cyborgs and artificial intelligence, and with this amazing, strong female lead. It's amazing. I have to say that another of the things that I appreciate a lot about Kristoff is that all his leads are female, and all of them are completely capable of do things on their own. They have males counterparts, but they empower these females, these main characters. It's not like suddenly there's a prince that comes to save them. No. It's like they work together, fight together, and the guys manage to empower the females and say, hey, you can do that on your own. And that's something that I love, because I think that we need this kind of books, because we have always been told these stories from the male point of view. So having strong females leading the book and saying, okay, I can do that, with your help, it's easier, it's faster, but I can do that. And having the guys saying, okay, you are able to do that on your own, I'm going to help you. If you don't want me here, I'm going to leave, because I'm not going to save you. I'm just here to help you if you need me. That, for me, it's amazing to have this voice in the books. It's amazing. I have to say that Kristoff, it's a very great author, and I have to say that I love reading his books. When I ended this book, I was left gasping. I need to know what happens in the following book, because come on, it's like, wow. I'm lucky because I began reading this book when the second one was already published, so I have it in my home, so I'm going to begin it as soon as I can, because it cannot end like it does, man. It was like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting all of that. So if you want to be surprised, if you like books about the future, about the humanity having destroyed the world as we know it, about people trying to survive, doing anything they can, if you love artificial intelligence, if you love android cyborgs, and if you like Kristoff, you're going to love this book, because it's amazing. So yeah, Jay, thank you for writing this kind of books. And I have to say that I have become addicted to your books, and thank you for making us think while we are reading about the limits and the compass of morality, or where we should do or shouldn't do things. And also for making us see things not only from the perspective of the good guys, but also from the perspective of the not so good guys. Or maybe we're seeing good because we are in this side, but if we see it from the other side, you know, the perspective and the morality thing changes. And that's something that I love. And also thank you for creating characters so full of mischief, of flaws, of so human, because they are human, they're not perfect. Lemon, it's amazing. I say that I will explain more about the characters, but yeah, I didn't. We have main characters, there's these female leads that are amazing, they are strong, they need each other, they're friends, they're like these people who know that they are better when they're together. And there's all this morality about friendship and all of those things. And we're going to have Eve, that's going to be a person that has all her world rock to the core. Well, she will have to confront herself and say, okay, who am I really? Who I have believed to be? and she's a very strong female, and she is a very amazing character who sometimes finds herself just with everything she believes in destroyed, and she cries and she feels and she fights, and it's amazing. And then we have Lemon Fresh. She's like the secondary female lead, and she's amazing. I have to say that I completely love her, everything she does, and the reason why she does those things. She's completely relatable. As I say, the characters are flawed, but they are so alive. And also we are find Ezekiel, this lifelike, this android that learns how to feel and makes you think that, okay, maybe I look like I am, I don't know, 20, but really I am 3 months old, and I'm coping with all the emotions that you have had all your life to process and to learn to control. So yeah, think like a baby or a 3 months baby throwing a tantrum. Imagine that in the body of an android that looks like 20, because okay, they were created, so evolutionary things happen like really fast for them. So imagine how they cope with things, how they feel, how strongly they must see the world around them. So it's an amazing book. I really recommend it to you. So thank you for watching. Bye.